Hi there, me, Flloyd Kennedy, being in voice. I think I may have made a video some time ago about semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. Scary. But if I did, it's so long ago I can't remember. So I thought I'd do it again, if not for the first time, because it came up today in a discussion on a Discord for voice actors or voice acting community. It's a very good Discord. And someone jokingly said, oh, look, here's my warm-up that I did this morning. And they showed, what's his name? Oh, I can't remember. It was a very funny film about an anchorman who was very bad at it. And his warm-up was saying, unique New York. That's it. It's a tongue twister. Try it. I cannot say it quickly. I don't advise you trying to say it quickly. That's not the point of tongue twisters. For fun, yes, say it quickly and stumble. But for actual voice training, don't bother saying it quickly because you won't get any benefit out of the stumbling. So, semi-occluded vocal tract exercises. That's what I'm talking about today. These are exercises that voice teachers have discovered over many years of experimenting to find what exercises can you actually do that will stimulate blood flow to the larynx so that you warm up the larynx and the muscular combination of that's going on inside there that results in your vocal folds, which are manipulated by the action of muscles. And they need to be warm, just like any set of muscles. If you're going to do any physical exercise, you need to get blood flowing to those muscles. Otherwise, you just get cramps and things. And you don't want to do that when you're working, when you're trying to run a race or when you're trying to do some voice acting. Doesn't make any sense. So warm your voice up. Anyway, so this semi-occluded or SOVT exercises, they come in several forms, but they all have the same effect to varying degrees of effectiveness, if you see what I mean. You can hum. That's a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise. On one note, or play with your pitch. Now you'll notice that my voice, you can hear a little break, a little crackle in my voice because I haven't done a warm-up yet. And the older you get, the more you need to do it. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Sad but true. So here am I warming up for you. As I'm doing it, I am stimulating blood flow to the larynx. So my vocal folds are slightly warming up a little bit. I wouldn't want to go into a studio recording voices for a game in which there are lots of screaming involved if I hadn't done a jolly good warm-up. I'm telling you, lots of people have had to spend a lot of money on a lot of healthcare getting damaged vocal folds fixed after trying to do that. So don't. Warm up. Why wouldn't you? Anyway, back to the exercises. Humming, yes. What you're doing when you're humming is you're vocalizing. You're just going, but you've got your mouth closed. There you go. Mouth must be completely relaxed, no tension. Just held together enough so that the air coming from your lungs through the larynx, forcing your vocal folds to go apart and come together again like that. We call it a vibration. Breaking up the air molecules as it comes through. That's your initial sound wave. Those air molecules are now bouncing around inside your mouth. They can't come out your mouth, so they're coming out your nose. I rest my point. And it's good fun to hum, and it's good for you. That's one way of doing a semi-occluded vocal tract exercise, because you have sort of not quite cut off the airflow coming out, semi-occluded, closed off. Vocal tract is everything from your larynx upwards until the voice is out here. That's your vocal tract. You get a stronger effect of the air turbulence that you're creating inside your mouth when there's air has come through carrying the sound wave and it's trying to come out of your mouth, but it can't. So it's turbulence is being created. You know wind turbulence, aerodynamics, that stuff. Look it up. Anyway, the airflow is most of it's coming out of your mouth, but it's also being forced back down over on top of your vocal folds. So you've got air pressure coming up, making the vocal folds vibrate, and then you've got air pressure coming back. So your vocal folds are sitting in a place of equilibrium. But you'll get an even more powerful effect of that equilibrium if you do lip trills, which is where you let the air actually come out of your mouth because you've relaxed them. They are together, but you're not holding them there, and you're blowing air through them. Brrr, just like babies do, the small children do. We've all done it when we were children. We could all do it very easily. But then we go to play school and people say, don't make those silly noises. So you're kind of not allowed to do it. So I want you to relearn how to do it. You can either find the right amount of contractedness, heldedness in the side, at the side of your mouth. It's not your lip muscle that's held. I'm holding at the side here. Can you see my fingers are nowhere near that lip muscle? And I'm just blowing through. Put my lips together and blow them apart. And if they're really relaxed, they'll come back together all the time, just as your vocal folds are doing. The air blows them apart, comes back together. But we get a more efficient airflow going back to sit on top of your vocal folds. You'll also get it with a tongue trill, tip of your tongue up against your alveolar plate, just behind your top teeth there. Same process, it's just resting there. The air is blowing it apart, it comes back together because the tip is nice and relaxed. That's what it's doing. But the strongest, most efficient semi-occluded vocal tract exercise that you can do is with a straw. The slimmer ones than this are even better, but it's the only one I had in the house. Paper straw. You don't need a fancy one that somebody's making a lot of money out of selling them, trademarking them. You just need a straw. You hold it between your lips, not your teeth, your tips. Holding it between my lips. No, but it's wobbling about, so I'm just going to rest my thumb under. I'm just holding it very gently here, and I'm going to blow through it. I got an awful lot higher doing this than I was doing with the humming or with the lip trill. And it's something about this that just makes it more effective. It makes for your vocal folds, it gives them permission to stretch a little bit further. And then when you go down, to contract a little bit shorter. So you are now extending your range. Let me try again. I'm going to try from high to low. And I went right down to where I didn't have enough air to fully phonate my vocal folds, so I went down to the growl or the croak or whatever you like to call it, back down there. That, by the way, some people will tell you that it's an ugly sound, it's an unhealthy sound. It's a perfectly normal human sound. It's only unhealthy if you're doing it all the time. If you're talking like this all the time, you're actually putting a lot of strain on your vocal folds, on the larynx, if you talk like this all the time. Plus it sounds as if you're exhausted, which I am, but that's another story. So, my straw is wonky. Do you see that? That's the last one I've got. And you'll notice a little gap in my voice as I was going up. That's the change of register. Most people have got that, but if you want to be a professional voice user, you want to learn how to not have it. So you need to do more exercises. And because I haven't doing my exercises, I've got it back in spades. So let this be a lesson to you. Do as I say and not as I do. And this is encouraging me to do it more. Here I go again. You're right up into whistle that time. And that little gap was a little bit less. Yeah? So I'm getting there, but I need to do more work on it. So if you want to be an actor, you need to do these exercises. If you want to be any kind of voice professional, a teacher, for goodness sake, teachers need to do this work. Your voices, you're using them all day. They're getting so tired, you're going to wear them out. Do the warm-up. Train them. Build up muscle tone in your larynx by doing these exercises. Please. Pretty please. Because it's so much fun when you've got a nice healthy voice and you can do things with it. You can talk like this if you want to. Just for a short time. You can talk like this if you want to. You can talk like this if you want to. Or you can... I'm getting into accents now. I don't want to do accents. It's not about the accent. It's about the vocal folds and the resonance. Have I talked about resonance yet? I'll do that another time. Enough already. Over and out.